Towson Gymnastics finished up their regular season 2 weeks ago. I'm joined by head coach Vicki Chliszczyk. Coach, you still have some athletes competing in the regionals, but for the athletes who are done, what have they been doing in practice? How has their mood been?
Well, these 2 weeks are their fun time for them. Since we do have 3 of the girls are training to compete, the rest of the team can come in optionally on their own. This is the time they get to play before we close the gym for a couple weeks and give their bodies a rest. So now is when they get to come in and work on the things that they wanted to all year long that maybe they couldn't because they weren't routine ready, or just play with some of the fun big skills.
So they're just coming in and they can work on really whatever and just practice for next year almost, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Get some, like I said, some fun stuff out before we sit down with them at the end of the year and go through individual meetings and kind of come up with the game plan for next year and what we want them working on in the summer if they choose to go into the gym.
All right. But you still got 3 athletes competing. They got regionals upcoming in Arkansas this weekend. What are you expecting from them, their preparation? How has that been?
It's been really, really good. You know, they have a week and a half of training, which of course is longer than they've had since January. So we've just taken them back and worked on some little things, fixing some of the details. Not really done full routines, but done some parts, done some halves. And today they'll come in and do a full out practice for competition. They'll do their full routines in front of all their teammates and, you know, kind of feel those nerves again. And then we travel tomorrow.
Well, when you travel, you're going to be in Arkansas, like I said earlier. Your athletes are going to have to compete with different teams. What is that going to be like? I mean, they're not used to it at all because they're usually with their Towson teammates.
Yeah, you know, Casey will be rotating with UCLA, Lindsay with Arkansas, and Avis with the University of Maryland. So Avis has been there before. Last year she rotated with West Virginia, so she at least knows what to expect. For Casey and Lindsay, you know, I expect them to just be able to, you know, stay in their own little bubble when they're competing and just get to enjoy and watch and learn a little bit from being with other teams and watching their coaches and how their teams interact. And, you know, they just do their thing. We're going to do a little fun thing today with them in practice, and while they're competing, the rest of the girls are going to dress up in UCLA colors, in Arkansas colors, in University of Maryland clothing, as you know, as the team that would be there watching them, as you know, the closest team to them. So we'll do some fun stuff with that today, so that they can kind of get an idea of what it'll be like.
It's a neat little trick. I like it. You know, you've really done a lot of coaching this year, but it's basically done. You have one more meet, possibly nationals. From these 3 athletes, what do you really take from them? What do you love watching when they're out there performing?
You know, anytime they go out and they hit their routines like they know they can, just seeing the joy in their face. You know, I say college gymnastics is a lot about giving back the sport to the athletes because sometimes their club careers can be pretty brutal. And, you know, I just love watching them fall in love with gymnastics again and going out there and hitting and being confident. And, you know, this meet really for them is just to go out, end their careers with a bang, with no real pressure and just being able to enjoy it.